Open education for open minds.
Let's give a warm welcome to Yang Amat Berbahagia Tuan Dr. Mahathir Mohamad.
Firstly, I would like to say thank you to the Open University Malaysia for this invitation to address this gathering on its 10th anniversary and also to launch the project just now. I've listened very carefully to what the Professor Tan Sri Anwar was saying just now, and I find that the things that I thought I would suggest you should do have already been done. Now that takes the wind from my sails. So I will try my best to speak about this subject, about the impact of technology on the future of higher education. Now, technology has always played a great part in education. Perhaps the first innovation was the invention of writing, of alphabets and writing, so that people can communicate knowledge to another person without having to speak to that person. That was a great leap forward. But even greater is the contribution made by the invention of the printing press. That has enabled even more knowledge to be transferred from one person, perhaps, to hundreds and thousands of people, even millions of people. So these technologies obviously have contributed much towards education in general and certainly towards higher education. What these inventions did was to enable knowledge to be passed on almost seamlessly, so that more and more people can gain knowledge, can gain the knowledge that is useful and available for them. In the past, of course, knowledge was regarded as the right of only a few. The priests in the temples and churches and in the mosques tended to keep the knowledge to themselves. But today we have realized that knowledge must be spread as quickly as possible so that all can benefit from knowledge. And any contribution towards speeding up the process of giving knowledge to people would be something that would be welcome by any society. We now live in what we call the knowledge age. There is so much knowledge available to us that sometimes we become a little bit confused. And some people, of course, realizing this, decided to make the access to knowledge much more easy. Hence, the systems invented by Microsoft, Yahoo, and the others. These were search engines to enable us to access knowledge much more quickly. Otherwise, we would have to type in a lot of requests before we can gain access to the knowledge that is available through the so-called information superhighway, the internet. The people who invented this have also contributed much towards the availability of knowledge to very many people. Millions and millions of people make use of these search engines so that they can gain access to knowledge very quickly. As for knowledge itself, the availability of this knowledge is almost unlimited. And the problem that arises, of course, is how to make use of this knowledge, sorting out the knowledge so that we can make use of the knowledge that is necessary for our purpose. And here the search engines have played a big role. But there is still scope, still room for making use of this massive amount of information, provided we can develop systems which would enable the information to be accessed much more quickly and more effectively. One of the things that which was mentioned by Professor just now was that the need to learn English, because we have to accept the fact that English is now the language of knowledge. Yes, there's knowledge coming to us in French, in German, and in other languages like Japanese, but mainly the language of knowledge today is English. And because English is so important, there have been a lot of efforts put in to try and make the learning of English much easier. Very many systems have been developed in which you can actually verbally interact with your computer. The computer can ask you a question and you can answer, and if your answer is right, your pronunciation is right, then the computer will acknowledge that you are right. Otherwise, the computer will, allow you to have another try. So now the computer has become almost human, and the computer has more knowledge than human beings. So we have this powerful source of knowledge, which we have to learn how to make use of. And the people who comes up with ideas about how to gain access to this knowledge and learn from this knowledge, these are the people who succeed. Of course, we know people like Bill Gates and matter of Apple, for example. They make tons of money. But I hope you don't think about making tons of money alone. I hear Bill Gates is donating half his earnings to charity, which is a good thing. He cannot finish all that $70 billion in his lifetime or even in his children's lifetime. It's better to give away to the people who actually made him rich. So there is an opportunity here to continuously think about how to make use of the information that is so easily available in the computer. And of course, many people have come up with all kinds of ideas, and this has contributed towards the spread of knowledge. I'm a blogger, as you all know. In my days, there were no blogs, thank God. We had to rely on newspapers, and newspapers and the other media, whether electronic or print, they can carry only so much information. But every day there are lots of information that would be useful to us, which, whether they are censored or not, the fact remains that the media today cannot carry all the news that may be useful to us. That is why the internet has become extremely important as a source of information and knowledge for all of us. Of course, now the internet comes in various languages, but still English is very important. So while we must be proud of our own language, we want it to become a world language, but the fact still remains that until we acquire the knowledge that will help develop our country, our language will not be looked up to, will not be learned, because it's not so useful for people. And in order to promote your language, you have to be successful. Your nation will have to be successful. You yourself must be successful. If you are successful, then people will want to know more about you, and they will learn your language. But if you are a failure, nobody will want to learn your language. You know, there are lots of so-called primitive people. They speak their own language, but who wants to learn their language? Because there is no benefit from that, because you cannot even trade with them, much less gain knowledge from them. So because we want our language to be highly respected, the important thing is to make a success of yourself, to make the nation more successful. And to make the nation more successful, you have to access the knowledge that is available today. And that knowledge is available to us in English. Whether we like it or not, we have to master this language so that we can have the knowledge that will help us grow and develop and become strong and become a factor in the affairs of this world. So learning English is not being unpatriotic. It is because you are patriotic. You want your people to be very highly respected, and people will not respect people who are lacking in knowledge, and on the top of that, they are not successful. Now, once you have the knowledge, then we can begin to make use of the knowledge to better yourself. Whether the knowledge comes in the English language or in whatever language does not matter. What it matters is that you have acquired the knowledge, and with the knowledge, then you can succeed in your life. Now, today we accept that education is the most important factor in growing a nation.